Okay, so I'm going to just say hi everybody, lovely to see you all. We're not in the beautiful sunshine that I think you might be, having gorgeous temperatures, very jealous. So this is Karen, and Karen is the EFT therapist, or would you say?
Yeah, I'm an energy worker, light worker, whatever you want to call me.
So, hi there, come in. Linda, the chair's just waiting for you. Oh, there are two chairs, you've got a choice, I think. So, are you all right with that back?
Yes,
That is that all right? And then after Karen has done her session with you, I'm going to take over and do a relaxation session. So the only thing I was going to point out is that Lee, who's also online with us all today, has confirmed that the singing bowls, unfortunately sound-wise on Zoom, just don't sound quite the same. They haven't got the same harmonious tones. I think there might be a way of sorting that, but I don't know how to do it on Zoom. So I will minimise the singing bowls, unfortunately, because I don't want to subject you to some kind of miserably sort of not melodious sound. But I will give you a little taster, but I won't focus on that. So, Karen, over to you.
Okay. Hi everyone, thanks for coming. It's lovely to see real people for a change. I don't know if any of you have done my session before. No? Okay. Nikki, you have. Okay, fabulous. Okay, so we're sort of starting from scratch. So for anyone who doesn't know what EFT is, it's emotional freedom technique, and it's an energy therapy. It works on points, a bit like acupressure and acupuncture. And basically how it works is, if you think of the body as a vibration, we're all energy balls and we're vibration. And when our vibration is high, we function better. Highest vibration is love for the world, love for everything. So it's about letting go of dark, lower vibrations that we might be stuck in. Just to say, all emotions are acceptable, so we're human beings, they're all acceptable. Sometimes we get a bit stuck in perhaps lower ones that we don't want to be stuck in. So that's where EFT comes in. So the first thing I'll show you, because most people don't know, is we start with these 2 points, which are the cross chop points.
Can you see
online? Yeah, is that clear for everyone? So I'm just going to show you the points and then we'll start doing some setups. So these are the cross chop points. We start with that, and this is about letting go of things that might stop us from letting go. Once we've done that, we're going to move to a point called the sore spot. The sore spot, if you put your fingers into the notch of your neck, go down about this far and then across, sort of about here, either side, doesn't matter. Can you see, Julia? Yeah.
Can you see
and it should feel like a sort of slight bruise under the skin type feeling. Yeah, so sort of just slightly sore. Once you've found that, that's where lots of meridians meet. So when we do EFT, we want to bring everything into the conscious, because quite often it's not, it's in the unconscious. So we'll bring it into the conscious. Then we will say a setup, which I will go through in a bit. You'll be pleased to know all you've got to do is copy me and copy what I say. So there's no memory involved. So once we've done the setup at this point, which will start with something like, even though I have stuck low energy, I completely and deeply accept, love and forgive myself. Why do we say that? Because that's not what we do. We say, oh, I'm terrible and I should be doing this, and all of those lovely judgmental things. Once we've done that, we move to the points. Now the points, the first point is the crown, top of the head. Just familiarise yourself with the point.
Don't laugh. You're watching, so you must look completely mad.
Oh, I do this driving, but I don't advocate it. Don't sue me if you crash. Next point, inner eyebrow, closest to the nose.
Inner eyebrow.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Does it matter which hand you use?
No. Not
Okay.
at all. You can use either. You can use either side. You can do both sides if you want.
Okay. Does that give you massive double effect?
If you do it both sides, I do it bilaterally.
Okay.
So then you're using both sides of your brain, and under the eye is the next bit on the bony socket.
Okay.
Yeah. Under the nose, that's an easy one. Crease of the chin. Collarbone. If you feel where your collarbone is, just on the fleshy bit, just underneath. Yeah. And the last bit, easy for us girls, not so good for the boys, under the arm on the bra strap.
Where are your bra straps,
Yeah, wear your
guys?
bras. Okay, now these all cover points of the body, so it's sort of like a fix-all. You're going to every point of your body where there may be energy stuck. So that's the great thing with EFT, is it's a fix-all. So no matter where it's living, by doing this, you're going to shift energy. Okay. So what I would suggest you all do is think about some discomfort in your body, wherever that might be, or a sensation, something that isn't quite right. Maybe scan your body and think, okay, where am I feeling discomfort? Where am I not quite at ease? Yeah. And when you get that, just note it in your mind where it is and give it a number, 0 to 10. So 10 being excruciating, I hope you're not there. You know, going downwards. Just give it a number and notice what that is. Okay. Has everybody got something they can work on? Fabulous.
Are you best to stick with one thing, or can you go for multiple? Or?
You can go multiple.
Okay.
See how they all shift.
Alright. That's not very good, is it?
And as anyone knows who works in energy, as we're all going to tap, it's called borrowing benefits, basically. You are benefiting from a universal. We're all tapping for each other. So even though you're tapping, I mean, we won't actually be tapping on your issue. However, it will shift your issue, and it will help other people to shift theirs too. So, you know, that's the great thing about doing things together. Even if you're doing it on Zoom, energy, you know, has no distance, it's fine. Okay, so we're going to start then with doing this. And I'm going to say, even though I might have resistance.
Do you say it out loud or to yourself?
Yeah, it's up to you. It's better to say out loud, and I don't mind like lots of people saying it if you want to, but if you want to say it in your head, that's fine. But I always feel like if you say it out loud, it's almost real. Whereas everything that rattles in your head isn't always real, is it? So, even though I may have resistance, some people can say,
even though I may have resistance,
brilliant. I can still choose. To do what's best for my higher self.
To do what's best for my higher self,
and let go easily.
and let go easily,
Effortlessly.
and
effectively. Okay, we can go to the sore spot. You probably feel quite tingly. Yeah, it's good. We're shifting energy already. Anyone yawning, fine, don't stifle it. I love people yawning because you're shifting energy, just let it go. So even though I may not have been resonating
I may not have been resonating
at the highest possible frequency.
at the highest possible frequency.
Sometimes life gets in the way.
Sometimes life gets in the way.
Sometimes challenges get me down.
Sometimes challenges get me down.
I still give full permission
I still give full permission
to release.
to release.
It's safe to do so.
It's safe to do so.
And I completely and deeply
And I completely and deeply
accept, love and forgive myself.
accept, love, and forgive myself.
Okay, let's go to the top of the head. It's not easy sometimes
It's not easy sometimes
to let go.
to let go.
I find myself hanging on
I find myself hanging on
to resistance,
to resistance,
to being relaxed,
to being
to
relaxed,
being calm,
to being calm,
to finding peace.
to finding peace.
Sometimes I'm completely stuck
Sometimes I'm completely stuck
in low vibration.
in low vibration.
There are so many challenges in the world,
There are so many challenges in the world,
and I sometimes get caught up in them.
and I sometimes get caught up in
I
them.
can't separate myself out
I can't separate myself out
and allow my energy to rise.
and allow my energy to rise.
I still choose to let go.
I still choose to let go.
I still believe it's in my power.
I still believe it's in my power.
It doesn't matter what's going on in the world.
It doesn't matter what's going on in the world.
I can take responsibility
I can take responsibility
for my own energy.
for my own energy.
I can manipulate
I can manipulate
in a very positive way
in a very positive way
my own energy.
my own energy.
So I choose to let go.
So I choose to let go.
I choose to give permission to let go.
I choose to give permission to let go.
I choose to expand my energy
I choose to expand my energy
right out to the edge of my energy field,
right out to the edge of my energy field,
resonating that high frequency
resonating that high frequency
with white gold light
with white gold light
that is resonating from my heart
that is resonating from my heart
and glowing
and glowing
with love,
with love,
joy,
joy,
and peace.
and peace.
And as I allow it to resonate,
As I resonate,
it fills up my energy field.
it fills up my energy field.
I've let go of any resistance,
Let go of any resistance.
and I'm just going with the flow.
And I'm just going with the flow.
I'm noticing my energy
I'm noticing my energy.
is flowing around my body
It's flowing around my body
far more easily
far more easily.
now that I'm getting me out of the way.
Now that it is me out of the way,
I'm free to let it all go.
I'm free to let it all go.
And as my frequency rises,
And as my frequency
it's
rises,
so much easier
so much easier
to breathe more deeply,
to breathe more deeply,
to release the tension in my muscles,
to release the tension in my muscles,
right from the top of my head,
right from the top of my head,
down through my face,
down through my face,
through my neck,
through my neck,
releasing my shoulders,
releasing my shoulders,
allowing my diaphragm
allowing my diaphragm
to be free and easy,
to be free and easy,
feeling my legs
feeling my legs
heavier and looser,
heavier and looser,
and free to let go,
and free to let go,
right down to the tips of my toes.
right down to the tips of my
And
toes.
let go of any tension.
Let go of any tension.
It was so easy to do.
It's so easy to do.
As I breathe more deeply,
As I breathe more deeply,
I'm feeling peaceful
I'm feeling peaceful and calm.
because it was all in my control after all.
Because it was all in my control after all.
So no matter how people around me
So no matter how people around me
are stressed or tense,
are stressed or tense,
I can let go anyway.
I can let go anyway.
No matter what I had going around in my mind,
No matter what I had going around in my mind,
I choose to be in the now.
I choose to be in the now,
I'm completely peaceful.
completely peaceful.
It's all in my control.
It's all in my control.
And it's so safe now,
It's so safe now.
just to release.
Just to release.
I let go.
I let go.
It's safe to do so.
It's safe to do so.
I'm safe no matter what.
I'm safe no matter what.
Take a nice long deep breath and just reassess your body. Reassess any distress, any disease, any discomfort, anything that might have been going on. There's disease in the body. There's been tension. Just notice what you've let go of. Just perhaps think back to your number that you had. Has it come down? Anyone on Zoom? Numbers come down? Your numbers come down? Yeah. Feeling more relaxed? Okay, what about the people in the room? Numbers come down?
It's strange how it works, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah, everybody had a shift? Yeah, feeling more comfortable. Has anyone's issue gone?
It's distracted me.
It's distracting.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? It's
Um,
distractions.
It gets us out of the way.
Mm.
We get in the way of our own healing, our own relaxation, because this is going 10 to the dozen and we just need to be a bit stiller and let go. And what we do, as I said before, emotions aren't bad or good, they come in, but what's supposed to happen is it comes in as an energy, goes around your system, and you let it go. So it comes in, you feel a bit angry, and you go, oh, okay, and you let it go. But a lot of us, it comes in and we go, I'm really angry. And actually, I've got every reason to be angry and I'm not letting go of it. We hold on to it and we think it's going to really bother the person we're angry with. It actually just bothers us. So it's about learning to let go and saying, okay, I've done that. I've done what I can, now I'm going to let go. Does that make sense to everyone? Can you all hear me okay on Zoom? Yeah? Okay, excellent. Okay, so We're going to go with a bit more tapping. So if your issue's gone right down, then find another one. Or if you haven't got one, great, fantastic. That means you're relaxed. But we'll do a bit more and see where it goes. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's say, even though I may have let go of resistance,
Even though I may have let go of resistance,
maybe my body isn't used to
maybe my body isn't used to
being calm and relaxed.
being calm and relaxed.
Maybe my mind isn't used to being calm and relaxed.
Maybe my mind isn't used to being calm and relaxed.
I still choose to find a way.
I still choose to find a way.
Let's go back to the source bar. You can find it easily. Yeah, you've got it? No, you lost it.
Yeah.
It's yours moved. Sometimes people say it moves.
It's really tender first time.
Yeah, so you've shifted energy. You found it?
Yeah.
No?
Does it feel quite tender, sore and...
It depends how out of balance your system is. So if the system's really out of balance, it'd be really sore. Some people it's like really painful. And you're like, okay, that's really out of balance. Okay, so even though I have released resistance
I have released resistance
to being calm and relaxed,
to being calm and relaxed.
I spend a lot of my life
I spend a lot of my life
rushing around,
rushing around,
being very busy,
being very busy,
and being a human doing
being a human doing
instead of a human being.
instead of a human being.
I still completely and deeply
Still completely and deeply
accept, love, and forgive myself,
accept, love, and forgive myself.
and choose to treat myself
And choose to treat myself
with kindness and compassion.
with kindness and compassion.
I've released resistance,
I've released resistance,
and I'm far more able to let go.
and I'm far more able to let go.
I've realised it was just a habit
I realise it's just a habit
to be so tense,
to be so
to
tense,
be so caught up
to be so caught up
in my mind
in my mind
and in the lower frequencies.
and in the lower frequencies.
But now that I've let go of resistance,
Now I've let go of resistance.
maybe I can let go of the habit.
Maybe I can let go of the habit.
Maybe I'm ready
Maybe I'm ready
to remain in a high frequency.
to remain in my high frequency.
And even though I've been in my head,
Even though I've been in my head
probably far too much,
probably far too much,
I've forgotten all about my body.
I've forgotten all about my body.
I'm now ready
I'm now ready
to live in my body,
to live in my body,
live in my energy,
live in my energy,
to sense every bit of my body,
to sense every bit of my body,
and notice that every cell
and notice that every cell
is vibrating
is vibrating
at a higher frequency.
at a higher frequency.
I'm ready to let go
I'm ready to let go
of anything else
of anything
that
else
might have stopped me
that might have stopped me
from living on a higher frequency.
from living on a higher frequency.
Whether it was thoughts in my head,
Whether it was thoughts in my head,
images,
images,
feelings,
feelings,
or sounds,
or sounds,
I release them all.
I release them all.
Because in this moment right now,
Because in this moment right now,
there's nothing to be concerned about.
there's nothing to be concerned about.
I choose to still my mind
I choose to still my mind
and still my body
and still my body
so that I can be at peace.
so that I can be at peace.
And as I release any residual tension
As I release any residual tension
anywhere in my body,
anywhere in my body,
I feel free and light,
I feel free and light,
and I allow more light
and I allow more light
to enter my body.
to enter my body.
I allow the white gold light
I allow the white gold light
to enter through the top of my head
to enter through the top of my head
and fill up my heart.
and fill up my heart.
Fill up my heart chakra
So that my heart chakra
is overflowing
is overflowing
with love and joy,
with love and joy,
peace and calm,
peace and calm.
so that no matter what's going on,
So that no matter what's going on,
I'm completely in this moment.
completely in this moment,
still in my body,
still in my body,
and calming my mind.
and calming my mind,
And I allow the light to resonate
and I allow the light to resonate
10 times more than it did before.
10 times more than it did before,
Not only filling up my own energy field,
not only filling up my own energy field,
it's bursting out into the world.
it's bursting out into the world.
And as I do,
As I do,
I notice just how peaceful
I notice just how peaceful,
I allow myself to expand
and allow myself to expand,
as I stay grounded,
as I stay grounded,
as if I have roots into the Mother Earth,
as if I have roots into Mother Earth,
while I am connected
and while I'm connected
to the universe
to the universe,
in a universal network,
in the universal network,
and I am centered
and I'm centered
at my lower dantian,
at my lower dantian,
and I allow myself to feel
and allow myself to feel
completely balanced.
completely balanced.
Now that I am completely at peace,
Now that I'm completely at peace,
I allow the energy to flow
I allow the energy to flow
so easily,
so easily,
so effortlessly,
so effortlessly,
so effectively,
so effectively,
that all of my energy
that all of my energy
is nourishing my body
is nourishing my body
and my energy body
and my energy body,
so that I can be at peace.
so that I can be at peace.
It's safe now to
It's
let
safe
go.
now.
Safe
Safe
to
now
let
to
go.
let go.
Every single cell of my body
Every single cell of my body
is completely at peace.
is completely at peace.
I am safe,
I'm safe,
no matter what.
no matter what.
Take another nice long deep breath. And just really notice how maybe your lung capacity is so much fuller and whole. Notice how your energy is flowing. Just notice how it's peacefully flowing around your body. Maybe there's more light content going on in your body. Just a sense of white golden light resonating all through your system. Just really enjoy that feeling of completely letting go. Being in this moment, in this room, where there are no issues. Excellent. How's that feeling? Who's feeling more peaceful and calm, relaxed?
That's very sad.
Well, it's very
Yes.
sad. Sometimes you get to feel a bit floaty.
Yeah, it does feel a bit.
Bit floaty. What about the issues? Anyone on Zoom? Anyone's issues? Come down. How's that feeling? Feeling peaceful, calm? Yes? All zoned out? Okay, excellent. Okay, so yeah, that was just a bit of EFT to show you how powerful it can be, and it's so simple to use yourselves. Yeah, and if you've got any questions, obviously at the end, I'll pass over to Christine, who's going to take us through some lovely yoga nidra.
Okay, so thank you. So any questions for Karen, do please think to ask them afterwards. So we will be coming to relaxation and yoga nidra, but we've been sitting for a while. So I'm going to invite us to stand up. You see, Julia? And a very familiar movement from side to side. You don't have to go a lot. Really, anyone who does yoga with me is going to be very familiar with this movement. So you're moving all 5 energies through the body. The swaying from side to side balances the pelvis, but it's also a mindfulness exercise because you can't really think of very much while you're doing this. And you can lift your heels or not, that's optional. And then just gently come to slow the swaying down as you go from side to side. Come to stillness and lift and roll your shoulders. So this opens the gateways to the upper, the head and beyond the collarbone. Breathing in, circle the hands up, clasp and reverse. I realise that you're not necessarily seeing me in fullness, but I hope just I'm decapitated, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, stretch up and just go from one side. Oh, Nikki, thank you. I'm not decapitated any longer. Do you want, you're there, do you want to just do the iPad as well? Just going slightly. I don't know why that happens. Thank you. From side to side. Thank you very much. It will slide down a bit, but it's just, that's fine. But oh, yeah, I don't know why that does it. And then just slightly go to one side, come to the centre, I'm decapitated again, and then go to the other side, and then come back to the centre. And then lower your hands and lift and roll the shoulders back again. Thank you. Hands on the waist and turn to your left, looking over your left shoulder, a little bit or a lot. Come to the centre with the head and very gently turn to the right. And come to the centre. Have your feet hip width apart and just subtly bend your knees. This puts on your abdominal control. You might want to take your bottom away from you or just bend your knees. Perhaps look to the ground to extend the back of the neck. And then breathing in, coming up to standing. And then releasing the hands. Once more lifting and rolling the shoulders. To clasp your hands behind your back, aiming the knuckles to the ground will open you up at the shoulder level, which keys into the lung meridians. And lifting your hands a little bit away from you, turn to the left, come to the centre, and then turn to the right, and come to the centre. Release your hands and lift and roll your shoulders. So as we're coming into autumn, and the joints always reflect that, any change of season. Again, just mindful of your neighbour, and this is a very lovely and rather ridiculous flying, so it's all your joints are moving. So you can feel your ankles, your knees, your hips, your pelvis, your shoulders, the intercostal muscles as you're flying, and your elbows, your wrists, your hands, air through your fingers. Again, you think you're doing nothing, but it is actually moving all the joints, which again is particularly key at the change of the season. And then you just come to stillness and once more lift and roll the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands together at the heart centre. And breathing in, circle the hands up, palms together. Come through the centre and then carry on down with your elbows bent and bending the knees to rest your hands on the shins. Breathing in as half lift, so you're lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head. And breathe out, bending the knees, bending the elbows. Breathing in, hands on the shins, half lift again. And stay here as you breathe out. Breathing in, soften your knees, press your feet into the ground and roll up vertebra by vertebra back to standing. And then circle the hands up, stretch the fingers, thumb behind you, little finger in front, and lower the hands back down alongside you. Lift and roll the shoulders. And again, inhale, exhale, hands together at the heart centre. As you press the palms together, you can feel this across your chest, and toning the underarms up. Circle the arms up, palms together. This is an extension of your back, pressing the feet into the ground. And then bring the palms through the centre as you soften your knees. And come to slide your hands to your shins. Breathing in, lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head. Breathe out, bend the knees and bend the elbows. Breathing in, lengthen, half lift again. And stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in, press the feet down as you roll up vertebra bivertebra to standing. Hands up, and then just circle the wrists down and circle the wrists back up again, and open your fingers, close them, and just open and close as you bring the hands down back alongside you. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then hands together at the palm at the heart center. Come back to sitting. If you want to use at any point a block under your feet, please feel free to do so. And we're going to just go into the, realise that you possibly can't see me, hopefully you can, Julia. So just palms relaxing or resting on the chair. Just extend your right heel, pointing and flexing, activating the circulation in the body, and then start to circle the ankles. If you're still with us from Ibiza and you've done your flights, this is brilliant for boosting your circulation while you're recovering or while you're flying, and then circle the ankle the other way. And then open the toes and just relax the toes, and then place the right foot on the ground. As we come to the left side, and again extend the left heel. You can do this while you're sitting and resting, perhaps a leg up, just watching, reading. Very simple to boost the circulation. And then start to circle the left ankle in one direction, noticing where you skip in your circle. And then very gently start to circle the ankle in the other direction. And then just open your toes, and then relax the feet, and then just very gently let the left foot connect with the ground again. And taking your hands, either tap or rub your legs. You're almost doing like a dry skin brushing. You're boosting the circulation in all the legs. This, by the way, is brilliant to do in the shower. And you can use a brush as well. And then coming to that tapping can extend beyond the legs as well. It can extend across the whole body. You can almost, the intercostal muscles can be tapped as well. It's easier if someone does it for you, but that's not always possible. But then just come to bring your hands to your knees, and taking your hand underneath your right knee, just lift the knee and just swing it. So even though you think you're not doing very much, you are moving the knee and the fluid, the circulation. It's a very simple movement for the knee, very safe. And then just very gently set the right foot down, release the hands, and bring the hands underneath the left thigh, supporting as you just swing your leg, your lower leg. Again, very good to move the knee joint, it's a hinge joint. And then just very gently set the foot down. And bring your hands onto your knees as you sit up. Extension for the back, and breathing out round. Your chin comes towards your chest. You're lengthening the back of the neck and activating the vagus nerve, which is calming for the nervous system. Breathing in, sit up. You use your hands to steady you, so you're never going to go too much or go into any strain. Breathing out, rounding the back, chin to chest. And how much you round is up to you. And move at your own breath pace as you sit up. You could even slightly lift your chin or just sit up straight and breathing out, rounding. So you're beginning to do a seated cat-cow, which is warming and through the spine. It's gently opening the body up. As you sit up, you're extending the back, and as you're rounding, you're coming forward, which is again calming to the nervous system. And enjoy the stretch back of the neck is lovely to extend, and then come up to a seated position. And keeping your hands on your knees, just gently make a tiny circle in one direction. You can make your circle a little tiny one, or you can start to increase the circle so that you're swirling around. And you're now at the second chakra, or the sacral area, just one up from the base chakra. And this is dominated by, or governed by, the element of water, so it connects into the kidneys. And the emotion of fear, but also joy, and then circle in the other way. So out of balance, maybe fear, and in balance, joy. And then just very gently come to the centre. And just explore a rotation. So taking your right hand, your left hand can be on the knee or holding the chair. Open out to the right. Your hand can be bent, your elbow can be bent, or it can be stretched out depending on the space. And look to your right thumb. Maybe take an in and out breath here. And then come back to the centre, bringing your right hand back to the right knee. Sitting up, and then opening out to the left. So a rotation is always realigning for the spine as you balance one side and then the other. You can see we're not going very far here. And then just keeping the hands on the knees or turning them inside. Just come forward slightly and nod to a compensation for this very gentle rotational movement. And then very gently sit up again. And bring the hands now to the heart as we move up. The rotation was at the middle Manipura chakra, the digestive system, the element of fire. We come to the heart now. And breathing in, just opening the hands like a big flower. Breathing out, rounding your chin slightly as an option. Hands back to the chest, to the heart centre. Breathing in as we connect to the element of air and the sense of touch through our hands. Breathing out, chin to chest. And again, breathing in, just opening. This becomes a meditative movement as well as movement of the heart. Breathing out, chin to chest. Normally you can open your arms out as much as you want to, but sometimes it's just nice to keep it soft. And then last time as we open out, breathing out, bring the hands to the chest, and then dropping the hands back down to the lap, holding your knees, whatever's comfortable. And we come further up to the throat, which is the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. As you're breathing in, as we've done before, turn to the left a little bit. Come back to the centre and breathing out, turn to the right. So as we're going, again, repeating in our own breath pattern from left to right, you're balancing not only the thyroid and parathyroid glands as part of our metabolic control, but you're also beginning to balance the brain hemispheres, element of very high element of water, and just beyond the full moon that we've had, I think it was the harvest moon, we're very influenced by the moon and connecting to the water, the tides, breathing into the left and breathing out to the right. And then coming back to the centre, coming to bring your focus to the third eye. So that is a little dent on the forehead. And you can just take the pads of your fingers and just gently massage. Your fingers will naturally go in one direction. So your third eye connects to your centre of knowledge, centre of intuition. It's called the Ajna centre in the chakras. And then just very, very gently drop your hands. And then coming to the top of the head, the Sarashara, just gently cradle your head in your hands. Sometimes the palms of the heels of the hands as it goes over the head can be quite comforting just to hold, and maybe think of white and golden light. So this, the Sarasaras, really where we connect to the outside world. And can often get very, particularly sensitive people, you can get very, what I call fuzzy-headed and slightly headachy around here. And then just very, very gently lower your hands. And bringing your hands, before we come to lying and relaxation, to rest upwards on your thighs. Imagine a flower, so of course in yoga it would be the lotus, but any flower that works for you. And as you breathe in, gently open the fingers of your left hand, a little bit or a lot. And as you breathe out, let the fingers of the left hand just gently come together. Maybe the thumb will touch the fingers. And come to breathing in and opening your right hand flower, fingers open, and breathing out, just let the fingers very gently come towards one another. They don't have to touch. And then again, open your left hand flower. As you breathe in and breathing out, just let the fingers come together. And breathing in, opening your right hand flower. And just take a few breaths in your own breath pattern, opening and closing your flower. So this very simple breathing exercise or breath work coordinates the movement of the hand with your breath. So you're connecting, or we're connecting into the calming the nervous system, slowing everything down. And then very gently come to finish this breath. Take your time. Just take a moment to settle, notice where you are, where you're feeling. And then we come to the relaxation part. So you can stay on your chairs, but you might like to come into a semi-supine position. So that is, we've got a blanket to support you underneath your thighs. It should be self-obvious, but feet up on the chair as an option. If up, not stay sitting. Have a block under your head, maybe have a blanket on top of you, or blankets, you've got the mat. So take your time to come to a seated position or to a semi-supine position. I'm going to come up so that I can guide you. So, while you're settling yourselves in this semi-supine position, I'll just very briefly outline a little bit in the Ayurvedic system as to what this does. So, it's restful. You could consider it an inversion, so it's rebalancing for the hormones. And any inversion for is, as I said, good to rebalance the hormones. But when you're coming to the semi-supine position, you're coming gently to connect with something called your apana energy, which is the foundational energy, residing in the lower abdominal area and going right the way through the legs to the feet. And the apana energy, being the foundational energy, is one of the energies, or all our energies need to be balanced, but it's one of the energies that can get stuck. And you think that if you're in pain, you tend to hug in. It's a kind of natural hugging in, almost fetal position to protect yourself. So it is quite restful. So this particular pose is utterly brilliant for anyone who has got a lower back issue, because it kind of opens a space at the lower back. But then If you're settled, feel free to make any adjustments if you're not comfortable. Just rest your hands on your abdomen and notice as you breathe in and breathe out. And then perhaps keep one hand, your right hand on the abdomen, and just raise the left hand to the chest, the heart area. Connecting the heart to and now as you're breathing, imagine your heart is like an internal flower. And as you breathe in, your flower opens, radiating as a flower does, radiating out. And as you breathe out, your heart just gently relaxes, your flower just closes in slightly. And each time you breathe in, just let the heart, like a flower, open. And as you breathe out, just let the flower close in. Take a few breaths, breathing in and breathing out. When we've made any movement, it's very important to let the body relax and absorb any movement that we've done. We've not done anything particularly strenuous, but nevertheless, we have made movement. And if you move and keep on moving, which is very much something that's part of what we do in everyday life, you never give your body a chance to recover. So this is a chance for you to rest and recover. And so we're coming to a form of Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is almost where you don't have to do anything at all. You're just relaxing. If you drift off or lose my voice, then that's fine. That's what you're meant to do. But this brings equal awareness to the left and the right sides of the body and helps you to rejuvenate the energies of both sides of the body and the brain. And it's particularly helpful if your body is unbalanced or you're feeling that your energy is blocked. So bring your whole awareness to the right side of the body, the muscles, the bones, the circulation, and the brain. And feel that you've divided yourself in half. Connect to the organs, the muscles and bones by looking and feeling almost as if the mind is touching them and relaxing them. So start by feeling the sensation of your big right toe and very slowly let that sensation travel through to your right heel and the ankle, up to the calf, the knee, the thigh, groin, the right side of the navel, the sternum, lung, the right side of your heart, stomach, liver, bladder, and back. Your right shoulder and arm, the right side of the chest, throat, face, chin, your right ear, the right side of the back of the head, the right eye, eyebrow, the right side of the teeth and the lips, your right sinus, the right side of your forehead, brain, and finally the right nostril. Practice breathing in and out only on the right side, as if only the right side of the body exists. As you breathe in through the right side, breathe into the right side of the forehead, the right side of the brain, the right side of the neck, along the right side of the spine, the right side of the back, the right buttock, right kidney, right hip, right thigh, right knee, calf, right shin, through to the right ankle, to your right foot. And breathe up and down your right side. Your mind is travelling from the right foot through each part of the right side of the body. You're just aware of the right side. And now, leave the right side and we switch. The awareness comes to the left side of the body. See and feel the sensations of the left big toe. And travel slowly through to the left heel and ankle. Travelling up to the left calf, the knee, the thigh, groin, the left side of the navel, the left sternum, the left lung, the left side of the heart, stomach, liver, bladder, and the left side of the back, left shoulder, and left arm, the left side of the chest, throat, face, and chin, the left ear, the left side of the back of the head, the left eye, and the left eyebrow, the left side of the teeth and the lips, the left sinus, and the left side of the forehead and brain, and finally, your left nostril. And just practice breathing in and out as if only the left side of your body exists. Breathing and focusing on the left side of the forehead, the left side of the brain, the left neck, along the left side of the spine, the left side of the back, the left buttock, the left kidney, the left hip, the left thigh, left knee, left calf, shin, and through to the left ankle and the left foot. And one breath is from all the way up the left side of the body and down again. And just practice breathing in and out, up and down the left side of the body. And have the sensation that the spine is the only thing that's connecting your body together. All the nerves that come from the spine are connected to your organs. They're like stitches, holding the right and the left sides together, and like the sun and the moon, the yin and yang, and male and female. And breathe now along the spine, from the tailbone up to the middle of the head, and from the middle of the head back down along the spine. You're bringing equal awareness from the bottom to the top, and from the top to the bottom of the spine. Each complete breath is giving energy to the nerves,
so you can bring the right and left together and make you feel complete, recharging energy in your spine from the lower to the higher chakras, and from the higher chakras or energy points to the lower chakras. And stay with this experience of your breath and your spine until you feel the equilibrium of both energies in your mental, physical, and energetic body. And have the sense of freedom and light and openness in your spine, free from blockages and re-energized. And starting, the singing bowls here represent the chakras, so moving from the spine. So this is the base chakra, and I know that the sound doesn't carry quite so well. This is the Muladhara chakra, connecting to the element of earth in this system, and our basic needs of survival. Moving now to the next chakra, which is at the sacral level, connecting to the element of water and the kidneys, the adrenals. And then we move to behind the navel. So this is the Manipura chakra, the element of fire, and connecting to our digestive systems. Each chakra has a sound, and the sound for fire is a rum. And then you move to the heart. So the heart connects to the element of air. In different systems there are different colours associated with it, but in this system either green or pink. And easy to think of pink and compassion connected to the heart. And the heart is very closely connected to our respiratory system, and moving on to the next chakra at the throat. So we come into the elements of ether here. At the throat, so you've got the thyroid and parathyroid glands, part of our metabolic control. And then moving up to the third eye, the Ajna centre. So this is our centre of intuition and knowledge, and connects also to part of our metabolic control in the pineal, to chakra associated with the pineal and the pituitary. And then moving to the very top in our thought, the Sarashara Chakra. You can think of white light or gold light, silver light. And this, in the singing bowls, correlates the note of A. Each singing bowl is different, so it won't be a pure A. And then the elements are also represented through the koshis, and again I'm very aware that the sound doesn't sound necessarily so wonderful, but just for us here in the studio, and I hope you could hear something, you've got the elements all represented. So we'll start properly with the element of earth, and again I'm going to keep this short. So again, sound is distracting, be very soothing. And we're moving from earth to the element of fire. Perhaps I should say water. And then the fluidity now of water and air. going to let the sound drift away. Leading with the element of air. And very gently, just listen to your own sounds. The sounds where you are, either here in the studio, sounds inside the studio, and the sounds outside, wherever you are. Connecting you to your sense of hearing, and again, tuning into the element of air, because sound travels on air. And just become aware of wherever you are, the sensation, the feel of the clothes that you're wearing, the parts of the body that are connecting with the ground, back of the head and shoulders. Where your legs are connecting to the chair. And take your hands and just gently rub them together. You're stimulating the energy points in the hands. They're called nadis. It's part of our magnetic field electrical energy points. And just very, very gently place your hands over your closed eyes. And just as gently open the eyes into the darkness of the hands. And just gently let the hands move away from your eyes and come back to alongside you. And then you might like to hug your knees into your chest. Again, focusing on the apana, foundational energy, perhaps rocking from side to side. Now, and I do realise that coming up from being on the chair is not necessarily the most elegant of ascents. So coming to either staying where you are or coming to a seated position, taking your time and trying not to undo the energy. If you want to stay where you are, that's absolutely fine. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read you a thought for the day from the cards here, randomly taken. So the thought for today is truth and integrity, which is very lovely. And then another random thought for the day is celebration. So I suppose it is the equinox, equal night and day. And then the Archangel Michael, I think he helps us find things as a general overall protector. So coming to just bring your hands to your heart, chin to your chest, taking a bow for yourself now to have a very lovely rest of the day ahead. And thank you very much. And then perhaps back to Karen, any questions that you might have or anything you want to ask. And by the way, we have got drinks here for afters, but I know some of you have got to go. But Karen, the floor's yours.
Feel free to ask any
Or
questions.
ask me any questions as well.
Yeah, either of us if you've got any questions.
So if you were going through that yourself and you just wanted to do it,
Yeah.
do you say the same stuff all the time? Do you have it written down and have learnt that, or you just
It's
pulling
ad hoc.
things out of the air?
Pulling things out
as you-
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main thing with EFT, I mean, obviously, when I work in a group, we're working in a generalised way, so I'm not working on one person's issues. Whereas when I work with a client, we're working on a specific
Yeah,
issue, so
yeah.
it'd be something different. But in a group like this, it's just about raising vibration.
Mm.
So, yeah, I have ideas written down, and then I just
Yeah.
go off.
So if we wanted to just do it ourselves at home,
Yeah.
we would. I mean, you could just jot down.
You could jot
something
things
just
down.
to follow.
Yeah,
so you've got
yeah.
something to follow.
Quite often
Just-
people who first start EFT like to write something down because
Yes.
they're worried they're going to forget or their words won't be right. And
But then that doesn't. Really
it doesn't
matter, does
matter.
it? Doesn't
And
it?
to be honest, when I work with a client one-to-one, it's their words that are important. It's not tends to be my words, it's
Yeah.
what they say to me, I will reflect back.
No, I just wonder what the best way to do if you wanted to do it yourself at
Yeah.
home. Just
Yeah, just
Okay,
write
just,
some ideas down about maybe about where you're at. So maybe that you're aware of some resistance in your body somewhere. So you might write down, okay, I'm aware of that. Thoughts about what that might be connected to, and then tapping on what the resistance is, and then putting in some things like, I choose to let go, I choose to give permission, I choose to raise
So it's
my
whatever words that
frequency.
resonate with you.
Yeah, whatever works
okay.
for you,
Right, I
really.
think,
And if you forget, Karen has a website, which
I
you're going
do.
to say, because all the points are listed on her website.
There's a download on there. So, I've got my cards with me. I haven't got my cards with me. But it's www.e-motionalsolutions.co.uk. Make sure you put the hyphen in, because there is someone without a hyphen. You'll get the wrong person. They're also doing similar stuff, but it's not me.
So did you get that there? www.e
Hyphen motional, as in motional, solutions.co.uk. If you go to my downloads page, there's a download where you can take the chart, and it gives you ideas about tapping on there as well, sort of starting with an issue, and gauging it. I like to use numbers because it gives you an idea of your progress. So, if you're at a 6 or a 7, and then afterwards you assess and you're at a 4, you've shifted. And what you might find sometimes when you shift on a specific issue is something else comes up. So it's a bit, you're shifting into a different area. So it's like emotional trees in the forest, but you're cutting down the highest, and all of a sudden another one becomes relevant. So go with it. If something else comes up, always go with that and work with that. That makes sense.
thank you.
and then
Thanks, Chrissy.
and then sort of like the tapping, I kind of that's on there as well, isn't
That's
it?
on
Yes,
there,
you have my forget bits.
Yeah. It doesn't really matter if you forget. I mean, the reason we just work down the body, but if you forgot one, it doesn't have to be in an order really. So you can just go back. What you might find as you're tapping, sometimes you find a point that's really good. So, for instance, that's the stomach, and you might be having stomach issues, and you're suddenly feeling much better when you tap that. So stay there for a while and say a few things while you're there. You can't really do any wrong. Just play with it, explore it.
I was just about to ask you, did the different ones relate to different
They do.
things then?
Yeah.
How do
You've
you
got
find
bladder, gallbladder, spleen, stomach. So
Yeah.
that's why it's a fix-all. It sort of relates to every part of where energy might be. It's
You
just
said the top of the
stagnant energy.
head.
Yeah, that's a meeting of I think it's a meeting of 1,000 or something. It's a chakra really,
Right.
that bit, because it's your crown. But it's still relating to where you might hold, hold stuck energy, stagnation.
So if one of the tapping points was sensitive,
Mhm.
does that suggest that there's something connected to that?
It could do. If you keep tapping, for instance, there, and it's sensitive, and you keep tapping, and you feel some relief, and it feels better, and it may be that you're holding something in that particular meridian.
Thank you.
And I think it correlates in with yoga too, because a vibration, so whether it's tapping or vibration, sets up movement. And movement is the opposite of stagnation.
Exactly.
So stagnation is where things can accumulate. So in Ayurveda, which is the medicine side of yoga, the accumulation is a stagnation, which is the beginning of building of disease or illness, which you're not going to necessarily know about. So the vibrational element, whether it be in singing bowls when you're actually in the room, or tapping yourself when you're doing this, or whether you're skin brushing, or whether you're humming, so it's the Brahmari humming breath, whatever you're doing is creating a vibration, and a vibration is particularly helpful for general health. So, and Brahmari, which we mentioned, is the humming bee breath, which is like you put your hands over your ears. There's vibration in the head creates a vibration which is particularly helpful for lots of different things, but the head energy, again, it's very simplistic in Ayurveda. It's diseases of the upper head include all the dementias and Parkinson's, for instance. So when you go and go like that, you're resonating in your head, so you're balancing your head. And I believe, I'm looking at you, Charlotte, putting you on the spot here, in the NHS that Parkinson's, they give them speech therapy, which recognises that vibration coming up, but of course it comes out of the mouth, and really you want maximum effect up here. So
And I've got a feeling that they said Brahmari breath is the nitric oxide, it increases
It is.
nitric oxide, which
Mm.
is what was it, microbe, antibacterial,
Yes, and yeah, it's the one for long COVID, isn't it?
and the one for
It's
long
more
COVID.
coated.
So Nikki's a yoga
Yeah.
teacher as well, she teaches here.
So which breath was that?
Brahmari.
Brahmari, so that's the hummingbee breath, where you go, just to make you look particularly stupid. So
There.
you go up like that, so you can
It
go,
can just be a simple hum.
yes,
as
right.
well, isn't it?
It's this, it's so valuable. I do look quite moronic, but
But equally singing along to the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah, singing, yeah.
Because
Nice.
anything
Yeah.
that goes to that vibration.
And why Brahmari is so particularly useful is that closing the hands over the ears resonates it more inside the head, so it gives it an added boost. And it's very good, I think, for tinnitus.
Yeah.
And for hearing
It's
issues.
like holding the shell to your ear, isn't it? You suddenly hear much more.
Yeah, so again,
Will
it's
it help with tinnitus?
Yes.
it is the yogic, one of the things for tinnitus, along with de-stress and massaging your chakra point, which is above the ear, around here, and underneath here. I think medically there isn't any cure particularly for tinnitus, but there are various yogic.
Yeah, it comes and goes. But I mean, nitric oxide is anti-inflammatory. It mops up your oxygen-free radicals. So if you're generating nitric oxide, it then helps with anti-inflammatory processes in the blood vessels in particular, but also nerves as well.
So,
I use these.
oh right.
So it's nitric
yes.
oxide in the
So do you want to
body.
talk about your patches?
These patches, they are programmed with resonance, with frequency, and frequencies from nature. And basically, when you put one of these patches on, you're changing your frequency. Now, this puts nitric oxide in your body, therefore more oxygen, therefore better healing, better everything. So, it's because it's a frequency and we're frequencies, so it changes your frequency. And your body, the good thing about these, what I love about these, is that your body will only take what it needs. Whereas if you force something in your body, like you intake a vitamin or a mineral, as much as they might be good, you're forcing your body to do something. Your body will only take what it needs from this. So yeah, they're amazing.
What's in the patch?
Pure frequency. There's no ingredients as such in it. They program these with frequencies from nature. So there'd be frequencies from nature that put nitric oxide in your body.
So do you want to tell people where you get that? Because you can get that on your website as well.
Well, no, you have to contact me for that, really.
But do you want to tell? Do you want
What
to?
nature's frequency?
Yes, but do you want? It's on your website. It's on Karen's website again. But those.
Well, you contact me, yeah, if you're interested in nature's frequency. They do all sorts of stuff. I mean, I brought this along today simply because I carry this around with me all the time, because this cleans. You'll see sacred geometry in here if you know anything about sacred geometry. No? Okay, so sacred geometry appears in every living thing, everything, us, snowflakes, everything. So this is programmed again with nature's frequencies. And it's called a food freshness card, and it does go in my fridge. Actually, it also goes under my sheet in my bed because it cleans your microbiome. It goes all sorts of places. I use it when I chop up food, I put it under my food, so it basically cleans up your food. Because everything, as we know, is energy. If you think about your food being transported from, blueberries from Brazil, let's say, so on its way, it's picked up all the energy along the way and stuck in a warehouse and whatever. Not very clean. I don't mean germs, just not clean energy. So this cleans it up and makes them last longer, makes them taste better. So yeah, there's that one, and I'll show you the last one, which I carry all the time in a little belt because it's the best place to carry. There are other ones, but these are the ones I carry. I do have other patches on, quite patched up. The earthing card. So you've all heard about earthing, yeah?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Schumann Resonance is 7.83 hertz, and that's the resonance of the earth, and we're all supposed to be, like in caveman time, we'd all be running around with nothing on our feet and taking up the resonance from the earth, which keeps us healthy. Nowadays, we all sit in boxes, go and drive in boxes, we wear rubber shoes, we do not touch the earth much, and we're missing out on that. So this earths me all the time. All the while, it keeps on
So do all the energies compete with us? I mean, you can have lots of energies.
I've got loads on.
You've got loads.
I've got something on my ears. Yeah, I've got all sorts on. Honestly,
I think there's a
catched
bracelet. You said there was a bracelet, because I could be tempted because patchy things
Oh, that's.
fall off me.
Oh, I've got that in here as well. I've got crystals in there, I've got everything here. It's like a spiritual energy first aid kit. This one is a tag, it's actually a pet tag. That's a CBD one. There's no CBD in that whatsoever. It's just frequency. They're stopping the CBD one for one good reason. They send them from the States and they get held up in customs because it says CBD.
Oh, okay.
So they've decided it's just too much of a hassle, and they do one called Wow now, which has similar frequencies.
Okay.
But people wear them. I mean, you don't just have to put them on your pets, and it raises your frequency. You know? So working as an energy therapist, these were natural things that I used because when we went into COVID, I was on computers all the time, and it caused problems because I'm very sensitive to EMF. So I have EMF shields on my phone, which again are patches, which stop the EMFs affecting me. They neutralise, they don't block.
So if your energy is higher, if you resonate at a higher frequency, are you less likely to become ill? As a basic yes?
Yeah, definitely. If you're resonating on a high frequency of love, you know, you're definitely less likely because there's no, as we said before, dis-ease. You know, some people say it starts with the head, some people say it starts with emotions. Up to you what you think, but they're related. So if something starts as a thought, it causes an emotion, causes a feeling, or the other way around. But either way, you're causing dis-ease in your body. And eventually, not straight away, but eventually that will cause symptoms.
So within the yoga, I'm interested to see whether the energy is the same, because in yoga, something like anger or any kind of extreme emotion takes energy, and it takes energy away from healing.
Yes,
Is it the same?
exactly.
It's the same sort of thing.
So your frequency's then low.
Yes.
And
Okay.
to raise it up.
Raise it up.
Yeah.
Does it affect you when you go to sleep? Or this energy or not?
Well, all my patches. I've got a sleep patch as well.
Okay.
I've got a patch for everything. But actually, the earthing card, if you put the earthing card in your pillow, it helps to clear your head and allow you to sleep anyway. But yeah, there's patches for everything.
What's in it? So, sorry.
Sorry, what's in it?